Hey guys, Eric here. I'm with Joshua, our comics guru. We're going to talk about Superman, who, everyone always says Superman can do anything. He has every power imaginable, but apparently that's not true.
Well, now he does. He's got an extra one now.
Right, because he got an extra power. Can you talk about what happened here in the comic? How did this even happen? How does he suddenly get an upgrade after all this time?
It happened in today's Superman number 38 by Jeff Johns and John Romita Jr. Superman was battling this sort of like Superman analog guy with very similar powers that he can like absorb energy. So like they're fighting this big fight. Superman uses his heat vision. The guy starts to absorb it, but all of a sudden Superman starts to glow and he like looks like he's like kind of losing control. And this big, yeah, there you go. And this big like bright yellow sort of solar flare erupts out of him. They like zoom back really far and it looks like almost like a nuke going off. It's like utter destruction. They're sort of like isolated away from people, so no one died. But yeah, and then he just like took out Ulysses, and then they both like passed out, and then Superman wakes up and Batman's there, drawn for the first time by John Romita Jr. officially, which was pretty cool to see. Although it was sort of a weird pose of Batman, kind of like it was just like a crotch shot.
Hey, what's up?
It was really weird. But Batman explains to Superman that his heat vision was a precursor to a power he didn't know he had.
Okay.
So, and then he like unlocked it and it depleted all of the energy in his cells and unleashed it at the same time. Superman gets his power from the yellow sun, so he's like a giant solar battery, and it just pretty much popped the top on that. All came out at once, destroyed everything within a quarter-mile radius, so it's this huge new destructive power. But there's a downside in that for the next 24 hours, Superman is essentially human, is powerless.
So do they have a name for this power? Or is it
Super flare.
Super flare.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think about this power? I mean, obviously, as we joked, it's like Superman already was pretty damn powerful, and now he's got him with sort of this finishing move, as it were. What do you think? Do you think is a fun thing to add to Superman's arsenal?
Yeah, it's very reminiscent of a lot of like Dragon Ball Z moves and stuff. It's almost like but it's kind of like. I guess my thought on it is that he has all these cool powers that he uses with like great precision, like the heat vision to like seal a line or to cut something off, or if someone's got something on their face, like hold still, it's like or like the whatever. He's a master of his powers. It's almost like his Hulk move where he was unexpecting. He didn't expect it to happen. He lost control of it. He destroyed a bunch of stuff. In using it, so I like that sort of like this unpredictable thing he has to now control and like deal with, because it's almost like more powerful than he is.
And it's interesting what you said about how he then is human for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Because, that's obviously one sort of thing with Superman that some people say is a challenge, is that, if he's that invulnerable, how is anything a threat to him? So it seems like this is like kind of a clever way to put in in-story reason that sometimes he is vulnerable, and maybe he has to now hide that a lot. Like, next 24 hours.
Yeah, he has to be very careful of how he would use it.
Yeah.
And also, I hate kryptonite. I think it's like stupid to have like a magic rock that makes your character like suddenly like not so awesome. So I think that having this sort of just, again, like how do I use this power? When do I use it? Or if like I want to save people, but I might put myself in danger. So you truly have to be like a self-sacrificing hero. Like it normally doesn't even put himself in danger. Like there's no fear. Now there's a fear for Superman using his new power.
First of all, I'm pro kryptonite, so we'll have that debate some other time. But it also sounds like this power, like you said, you can't really control it. So if he set it off, he needs to make sure that no one around is like an innocent person, right?
Right. Yeah. Like heat vision, like I said, or flight or ice breath. He can use that whenever he wants, however he wants. But no, it's not like that.
This story also involves, Superman getting a new costume at the end of it.
Yeah, like new costume. Like they kept teasing, new power, new costume, and definitely new power. They delivered on that. But the new costume, it's during the battle, they show his armor's being destroyed. For the New 52, for people who don't know, he has like this Kryptonian armor that sort of just like snakes up around his body and instantly like covers him in armor. But that got destroyed, and it's and now the new one, it just looks like a cloth version of the armor. It still has like the weird handguards and the weird high collar, and the sort of like there are some still like armor lines on it, but they're greatly reduced and it looks like more cloth. And it's just a few like etchings. Still no red trunks.
No red
I
trunks.
thought when I heard new costume, I thought they were going to go back to that. I feel like they had to. Perfect opportunity.
Yes.
Sort of taking a step back to his more classic roots, but they didn't. So it's just sort of blue and.
But it does sound like maybe an in-between move because it is more cloth-like, right?
Yeah, it is a step. It's still very New 52 influenced in the look, but sort of the more subtle design elements are like more cloth classic.
Gotcha. Well, guys, that's all we know right now about Superman's new powers. Obviously, he just got them, so we'll see how it goes in the coming months. Let us know what you think about these developments. Do you like this idea? Are you against it? And what do you think about kryptonite? For more on Superman, keep it here at IGN.